Ba 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 bum 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 ba dum bum bum ba ba bum 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 diddle-a-doo. Ba 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 bum ba 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 bum bum bum.
Good evening, folks. How the hell are you? Cheers. The reason there's no clock calling is because I don't think I have updated my intro, my live intro thing with my my remix, if you know what I mean. And I'll be damned if I'm going to put out. I will certainly try and not put out any video that uses the original tune, because obviously it just gets taken down, which is a complete pain in the arse. Still waiting on my mate to send me this thing, but he did say he was going to do a good job of it, so I can get a guitar one. But anyway, right, just for clarification, there will not be, this is tomorrow night's stream, because I did do a live waffle. I didn't do a live waffle, I did a waffle on yesterday, and I thought I was going to be out tonight, but there's been a bit of jumping things about. So this is the Sunday stream. Do you like my hat that Eva got me from Tokyo? She came back. I picked him up this morning actually. She's been awake for about 2 days. She's not going to bed yet. She's going to be absolutely knackered. I think she's going to be sleeping. Is my voice loud enough, by the way? Because it's great. I'm not using headphones, which is fantastic. So yeah, the idea of this one, I thought let's do a video on the Spectrum. You know what it is. I'm not going to do an unboxing, any of that bollocks. Now, I want to get this out here. The Spectrum I bought with my money. I'm not one of these YouTubers that gets given freebies. So somebody, I can't remember who it was, actually they said that they wanted me to do a review type thing of it, because they said that I would do it justice. But you know, I've said in the past, and I do mean that, and I'm not going to go at people that get things for free, because I would love to get things for free, but I don't. I never really pay too much attention. I never pay too much attention to what somebody says about something when they're getting it for free, because unless you're Steve Benway used to get a lot of stuff from like AliExpress. He used to get a lot of these little consoles, and he was, even though he was getting them for free, he was still brutally honest, which I think that's great. Cheers buddy, take care man. He was really honest, even though he was getting stuff for free, because why would you be brutally honest? Because all that's going to happen is they think, well, we're not going to give this guy anything for free again. So yeah, when I see somebody doing a video and then they say, oh, just before I start I got this for nothing. I mean, I watched one, I think I mentioned it in a waffle. I watched a review of the Spectrum a couple of weeks ago, and I thought, oh, this is great, yeah, this is really enjoying this. And then at the very, 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 very end of a 30-minute thing, he did say, by the way, thank you to Retro Games for giving me this for review purposes. So I did actually leave a comment. I didn't down thumb it. I was tempted to put a thumbs down, because I think that would deserve one. I just said I was a bit disappointed that he wasn't honest. He didn't tell people that at the beginning, because if I'm going to watch a video, I'll always do it based on somebody who's actually bought it themselves, because obviously they're going to be brutally honest. So yeah, you've seen, well, for Christ's sake, hold it up. There it's there, there's the box there, the Spectrum. The people that got them for free got a nice big box. I mean, it's a box, what else can you really say about it? On the back, I thought it was quite funny, 48 games included, with over 35 crash smashes, which means there are 13 fillers. Load your own games via USB. So yeah, I mean, it's a box. There's really nothing else to write home about. In said box, you get this plastic thing that sits over it. You get a wafer thin manual. If you've ever bought an X, you get an X-Stick manual. This thing is, it's a pamphlet. It's a pamphlet. It's like, yeah, that's it. The first page has got bugger all on it. Well, it's got contents. The last page is just safety notice, and the rest of it. Can you guys hear me, by the way? I'm always conscious you're talking, you're chit-chatting all the time, and then the minute I start talking, it dries up, and I'm thinking, is anyone actually watching this? So yeah, you've got the instructions, tells you about how to use it. You get an HDMI cable, you get a UFC, you get a C, you get a C cable, which you've all got 10,000 of. You don't get a power pack with it, which is fine because we've all got hundreds of these. And you also get a free crash. Yeah, I think the Spectrum. Yeah, it's actually proper for the Spectrum. There we go. That'll be worth a fortune, and you can't really see that. Yeah, if you look up there, you'll see this Spectrum. You get that, and that is pretty much it. You get the wires come in this. Oh, get it the right way. You get that. So if any Spectrum owner wants to buy this off me, this is going for £59.99. Look, oh, rainbow. Yeah, that'll be a collector's item. Never. So that's the box. Yeah, and you also get, oh, this is quite nice. Yeah, so that thing I showed you is a cover. The actual box. Now, I never had a Spectrum back in the day, so I don't really know what the Spectrum box looked like. This is inside it. This is quite nice, actually. It's interesting colour choice. It's actually embossed. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, you can't really. It is actually, you can feel it's embossed. It's quite nice. I mean, it is, I've got to say, the presentation. Now, this thing was 89 quid. I think it was 89.99. I was humming and hawing about buying one at the time. I remember when people were saying, oh yeah, it's coming out, and so I think I'm sure somebody said to me, are you going to buy one? And I'm like, no, probably. And here I have, I've bought one. Why did I buy one? I bought one because it was getting really, really good reviews. Can't hear you though, Al. Sorry? Sorry, can you guys hear me? Please tell me you can hear me. Wait a minute, I'm going to turn my... Yeah. I'm not sure, Stephen. Everyone else can hear me. I've got my video on YouTube, and I can hear it. Don't you start. Before I know, I'll start fucking about with bloody controls. What was I talking about? Yeah, it was getting really good reviews, and I thought, you know what? For 90 quid, I mean, 90 quid's nothing nowadays, you know, you can't... Yeah, it's not a lot of money. So I went on to, where did I go? Amazon, sold out, games sold out, went on eBay, and there was fuckers trying to sell it for 200 quid. I'm sure there was one, I'm sure somebody was selling one for 300 quid. So I thought, I'll try Argos. Went on to Argos, and it said you can buy one, but you're going to have to wait for a week. So I bought it, got it for $89.99, picked it up last week. So there you go. Never ever bow down to these bastards that try and rip you off. Steve's asking, did you buy it because you wanted it, or was it just FOMO? I don't know what that stands for, Steve. Tell me. Am I going to use it? Probably not. Which probably you're thinking, well, why did you buy it? I mean, I've got that. I've got the Spectrum next. I've got the Mister. I've got numerous ways to play it, but I've said before, I really like these little mini versions because they're easy to set up. You can set them up with your HDMI TV. There's no pissing about. It's fear of missing out. Possibly, Steve. You know what? I kind of got to the point. I think that because this is doing so well, I got the feeling that it might be one of these things that they're going to become quite rare and maybe worth something. So I thought, you know what, let's buy one, and I can put it on the shelf. You know, it's future-proofing me being able to play the Spectrum. So yeah, delighted with it. As I say, it's $89.99. You can't, you don't really. Collins, I'm getting one because I don't have a Spectrum already, and to get one would cost more. Exactly, Colin. You know, because the Mister, whilst the Wister, the only slight downside to the Mister, and with any emulator, is these keyboards, these computers, Commodore 64, BBC, as Steve knows, they all had dedicated buttons, you know, and it's not all. I'm just watching Ava's hamster. He's trying to climb up. He was trying to climb up to get some water, and he was about to take a drink, and then he fell down. Nope, he's going for it again. Yeah, they've all got specialised buttons which don't appear on a PC keyboard. So yeah, sometimes having the real hardware for, you know, one of these things is quite nice. But like I said, the price, 90 quid. I mean, seriously, that is really, really good. So anyway, what I'm planning to do is show you the thing. I've showed you the box. I'm going to show you the thing, and then we're just going to play some games, see how we got on with it. Because somebody was asking, can you please do a review of it? Can you put on the latest update, and can you try it with your arcade stick? Because I think it's kind of designed to be used with a sort of Nintendo style, Xbox controller style controller thing with X and A and B and all that kind of stuff. Apparently the one that they recommend you buy is horrible. It's like the Amiga CD32 controller. It's hideous. It's a bloody awful thing. So yeah, I'm going to do that. So what I've done is, before I started, I've updated the firmware. I have also put on some extra ROMs. Now, it wasn't as straightforward putting the ROMs on as it was with like the Commodore 64 or Amiga. You could just put in a FAT32 SD card, memory stick, whatever you want to call it, drag the ROMs across, and Bob's your ante. But this one, I did that and it didn't work. And apparently you've got to set the cluster size or some bollocks. What the easiest thing to do is go to Retro Games further information, and there's an 8 gig ROM image file you can download, which you then write to an SD card, and it doesn't, when you put it in, there's nothing on it, so you think, oh, that's not worked. But what it must do is it must configure the cluster size, etc. So I copied all the folders across. Yeah, that's what I've done. So it's got latest firmware, it's got ROMs and that on it, so I'm planning to show you that. One little thing is, you can only have, I think it's 255 files or 256 files per directory, and as we know, the Spectrum had something like 27,000 games, so you're going to have more than 250 in each folder. So what I did was I deleted like the various images, so I've got them all. I've made sure that I've not got any more in each folder than I have to. So I'm going to sort what in now. What I've done here, and that was the reason I was a wee bit late, excuse me. Right, I'm going to, what I've done is I have connected up another camera, which I'm going to point down, because I've got, oh, in fact I could actually just hold it up. Yeah, I don't know why I bothered with another camera. Yeah, you know what? Stuff it. I'm going to disconnect this camera. I was going to point it down, but I don't really have to. You can see over there. So, this is the Spectrum. There you are. You can see that. I mean, it looks like a Spectrum, and for comparative size, this is my Just Specky, which is, it's got all the gubbins. There's there you are, can you see that? I'll do it like that, there you go. There's a original and there is the Just Specky. It looks exactly the same, and it's reassuringly heavy. Though what's interesting is it's pretty much it's somebody owned it up, and it's just weights. The board itself, this is great by the way. The Just Specky. It's like a Spectrum Next, but it's got all the gubbins on it. So that can sit there. See, I forgot that as well. I've got that one. So I've got more ways to play. I've got more ways to play Spectrum games than ever. Right, you know what? I can take this light down now. Actually, I was going to just give me a second. Yeah, I've kind of overthought this. Right, I'm going to unplug that. Where was that plugged in about? That can come out of there. Ah, come out. That can sit there. So yeah, there we go. Right, that's it there. It does feel, the buttons do feel, I never had a Spectrum back in the day, but I've obviously had a few since then. They do feel very spongy, very authentic. I'm going to put that there. So is that sharp? There we go. That's not to worry. On the back, you have got reset. You've got wait a minute. That takes you back to the main sort of screen. These are 3 USBs for joystick, whatever. The USB memory stick has to go in this one here. You've got your HDMI. You've got your LED. Well, that's the power. Yeah, that's the power, and then you've got the power button. That is it. There's bugger all. Now, interestingly, well, it's not really interesting in the slightest. If you look on the back of an original Spectrum, the sound thing was at that side, but if you look at it here, it's at the other side. They've moved it. Now the sound doesn't come out of that, and what's interesting is I wonder why they didn't put that down the bottom, just for kind of compact, you know, just so kind of looks the part. Weird. Anyway, right, I'm going to plug this thing in. Let's hopefully I've got everything all right. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to be using this for my controlling it. Where is it? Oh, there it is here. Right. That goes down. That can go in there, and I've got my memory stick. Oh god, that's a really horrible close-up. Whoa! 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 Yeah, right. That's that in there like that. Now I've actually got this powered from, oh my god, that is scary. I've got this powered from a USB thing in my computer. Hi Colin, how you doing, mate? Right, let's turn this thing on. Now what I need to do is do Mr. with webcam. And yeah, I can get rid of Mr. Video. That's going to be Mirrorbox. Bink. Wait a minute. I'm going to, because I'm going to be using the keyboard, I'm going to be using this screen. So what I need to do is move this over here. No, I need to move it that way. No, I don't. I need to move it this way. Why is that going like that? Hang on a second, folks. There we are. There we are. Right, you can move over there like so. Now, hopefully you're going to hear this. Power on. Did you hear that? Hopefully you did. Now, you'll see here, it's Amstrad PLC. Can you hear that? Did that make a noise, by the way? and that's because I have put, because this is not officially licensed by Sinclair, the ROMs are, whatever it is, Retro Games have put their own ROMs in it. Now apparently they're not 100% compatible. I don't know what the compatibility is. Anything that I tried the other night there, it worked fine. But what you can do is you can create a folder called the Spectrum /ROMs, and then you can put in Sinclair ROMs into the folder, and then it will pick them up. So if you then want to change them, I've got this booting into what's called classic mode. Now there's two ways to control this thing. You can use a joystick or you can use the keyboard. Now if I press the carousel button, it takes you back to this. Is that, can you hear that okay? Just let me tell if you can hear that alright. Right, thanks Colin, there. So you can use, you'll see at the bottom there, at the bottom it says aim for select or close, or if I use the joystick, you'll see the buttons, aim and B change to joystick. See it says A and B. Now I don't have the A and B buttons, I've only got 2 buttons in this thing. But if you press, press a key, it goes back to, what's too loud? How's that? Sorry, I thought you, I didn't realise you meant it was loud. Is that okay? Is that better? So that's the thing, depending on what source you have. I think it's when I was playing the Atari ST, I had to have it turned up full. So it depends what input's coming in. Is that better now? Right, cool, thank you. That's the thing, you can't really pick up on that until tad higher body for music. Right, I'll just turn it up a smidgen. There we go. Right, I've got my microphone turned up maximum. So like I says, yeah, if you can use the joystick to control this, because it doesn't actually come with a controller like the original Spectrum. It doesn't come with a controller, but you can plug in. It says that's a USB. That's a Atari joystick thing with a USB connector. You can use anything virtually, but I will try the arcade stick later on. So you use the up down, the cursor keys, up down left and right keys. So I'm going to keep, so you can do that. Now I don't know what this is, so M is to select. Right, media select. Okay, so that's looking at my USB card. B, close. I've not saved any games, I've not even looked at that yet. Come down, go to machine settings and then B, M again to enter. Now I've currently got that set to the plus, so if I go to that and change it to press M and then I close it, and then if I come down to reset and then do M, it will reset and it should put into the plus, 128 mode. So again, press the little carousel button. It's M to go in. Oh, what did I do that for? mean, what I can do, I can actually use the joystick to move up and down. Machine settings. Right, go to 48K, and then I need to do M. There we go, and then B to close. And then if you come down to the bottom, and then do, oops, machine reset, press M. It boots in a standard. Yeah, there we go. You know, all that bollocks. Now press that again. Now what you can do, this is exactly the same as you get with the C64 and all that. So that's machine settings. Display options. You've got sharp pixels, which is so press M, and then if I go back, B. Oh yeah, you're not going to see it. I'm not loading the game yet, but that will change. You can have like the SCART option, the SCART lines. So you've got SCART lines, CRT effect, I should say. Border size. I don't really want a border size, so I'm going to see if I can increase, or we want to decrease border size. Yeah, there we go. Enable extended colours. Alright, yeah, because it does have, you can, they found ways to bring in more colours. Right, and when you go into this, you can choose a frame. I was just fanning about with this. I did take this to Computer Club. There's different frames you can have, but for the purpose of authenticity, I'd prefer having that. Close, so there's no frame. Additional options, language system options, let's have a look. Music volume, let's decrease the volume slightly. There we are. Turn that down a ball here. B. System information is M, so that's the firmware that I'm running. I updated that about half an hour ago. B, close. Boot mode. I've got this booting into classic mode, or you can boot into carousel mode, so we're going to do that. So it's B to come out. Shut down device. Shut down a device. I've pulled the plug in it a few times, probably not a good idea, but it's been fine. Legal notices, yeah. And if you really want to read all this kind of stuff, it's like, this is the kind of shit that you get when you're trying to load the latest FIFA. You've got to go through all this bollocks and you've got to agree. So there's a lot there. Anyway, let's come out of that shite. And if you want to do a factory reset, this will erase all games and settings. No, so we want to do B. And we want to close. And then now what we want to do is we want to go down to factory reset and do M, and then it will reboot into the carousel mode. No, it's not. Why did it not do that? There's additional options. Boot mode, wasn't it? Yeah, carousel mode. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to, if you hold down the off button, it goes off like that. Let's power this thing back up again. There we are. Right, we're into the carousel mode. So it's exactly the same as the other things. Pulling down allows you to save a game. I've not done that yet. Pushing up, yeah, that shows the control. So that's the kind of recommended controller. I wouldn't recommend you buy that. I would, if you really want to get a controller, get a plug-in USB Xbox style controller. Yeah. Okay. BE close. And that's kind of it. So yeah, the games, there's 48 games. We'll just work our way through a few of them. Alien Girls Skirmish Edition, does it actually tell you if you press? So what are the options? Space, display options, language, advanced options, M, right, so that gives us that. Close. We don't want to go into language. Advanced options I think probably takes us into that, yeah. I want to close it down. Close. So that's kind of it. Now I've put a plug-in USB stick, and like I say, you've got to really, I would recommend you you download the image that you get from the Retro Games website, and then it'll just kind of, "Hi Ross, how you doing mate?" It'll just it'll format it in a way that it'll work, because putting ROMs straight onto a FAT32 didn't seem to work. So what we'll do is we'll go through the games, just let you see what 48 games comes with. Alien Girl, never heard of that before. Ant Attack, yeah, but a classic. I was interested to see that Sandy White, a fellow Scots bloke, he was actually at Crash Live a couple of weeks ago. Army Moves, Outfitters in Monty, that's a good game. One thing that really comes over in this game, this collection, there are so many games you go, why is that not there, why is that not there, why is that not there? Obviously it's to do with licensing, you're not going to get any Ultimate games. Avalon, it's not a game I've ever really played. Is it Steve Turner I think did this? It does tell you what, if you see at the top there it says 1 player 48, so it does actually tell you. So Army Moves, Outfitters in Monty is a 128 version. So Avalon, Bobby Baron, not a game I'm going to play ever. Cosmic Payback, excuse me, in this 3D platform game you control a spherical exploration pod, on a mission to collect gold and save Earth. Bounce through 15 challenging levels, picking up the gold, blah 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 blah. Devil 2, I'm assuming that's a new game. Stompo, I have played that, that's one of these new games that utilises the new technique to get more colours, so I think you have to enable it. Exelon is excellent. I was actually playing that at the computer club a couple of days ago. Fairlight, well, you know my thoughts on isometric 3D games. Firelord, yeah. Football Manager 2. I mean, I understand that. I mean, this thing is targeted. The fact that this thing has been sold out everywhere is testament to how popular it's become. I think it is targeted at the people who have probably never played a computer game since 1984. My missus is going to go into the gadget shop type thing and see that and go, oh, I'll buy him that. That and people like myself who just kind of want to have it for fear of missing out. So there's some games like Football Manager 2, I get why it's on it. Freddy Harvest, never played it before, I've heard of it. Great Escape. One of the guys at the computer club was actually playing this on Thursday, and I didn't realise how deep a game it is. It's actually a very, very deep game. It's kind of akin to like Fort Apocalypse, to Castle Wolfenstein, but with much better graphics, and yeah, it's quite a deep game. Head Over Heels, if you listened to my latest podcast, not the computer club one, just when I'm here, one thing that is disappointing is when I put out a podcast, I never get any feedback at all. The only feedback I've got is how many times it's been watched on, it's been downloaded. Nobody ever leaves any comments. So it's a bit like making stuff and nobody actually tells you if they think it's any good or not. I'm not expecting people to say, oh, it's brilliant, but just a wee bit of feedback from time to time would be nice. There's yeah, I decided to. I stumbled over the Computer Club podcasts, which we did about 10 years ago, and I thought, you know, they're still relevant because we're talking about old games, even though it was 10 years ago. They're still relevant, and I enjoyed doing these, and it's nice hearing different people talking. As we get further into it, there's more and more people join. I mean, I think at one point there might even been 5 of us all taking part. I do apologise because we're all Scottish, so you know we could put subtitles on it. Yeah, so I put out, because I didn't have a nice and nasty lined up, I thought I'll put out one of these. So please let me know what you think, and that's why I put them on YouTube, so it's to kind of encourage comments. But like anybody, I mean, you know, my friends that are watching this tonight who've got their own channels, it's nice to get feedback. It's just like an acknowledgement of what you're actually doing, and then you know that if it's good, if it's bad, whatever. So anyway, right, enough of me. But yeah, the last Nice and Nasty, that was one of the games that was picked. I know, just a spoiler. Ross, absolutely. What you got to be nervous about? Nothing at all. Nothing at all, mate. You're more than welcome to come on. This was an interesting choice. We're talking about this. Well, there's Highway Encounter. My mate used to play that all the time. The Hobbit. Why have they included it? I mean, yeah, it's obviously nice and naughty. Nice and nasty. Bloody hell. Yeah, they've included it for nostalgia's sake. But does anybody really want to play The Hobbit? I don't think so. I'd be really surprised if anyone wanted to actually replay that. Bit of classic Horus Goes Skiing. I've played this a few times. Jack the Nipper, could never really get into it. I did try to play this. No, I didn't try to play this. Nice in 3D, you control a constantly moving trail tasked with filling an empty space while avoiding the chasers. Change directions, blah blah. I'm wondering if it'll be a bit like Quicks. I don't know. Lords of Midnight. Never played it. Minor. That is the reason to own a Spectrum. Matchday 2. Yeah, we had our Sensible Soccer and we had our Emily Hughes Soccer, so I know it's highly revered. Movie, that's the way when you plug a USB stick in, that's what it looks like. I wasn't getting that last time. Movie, you know my thoughts on isometric 3Ds. Nodes of Yes Odds. Again, I never really played it. It was out for the C64, never really played it much. But again, it's a game that's highly thought of. Good evening, Nick. I just try to forget anyone else would listen to it. I certainly won't. Can't stand hearing my own voice. Yeah, I know. I used to listen to all my videos when I first started doing them. I don't anymore. I very occasionally watch 5 minutes just to see who I come across, whatever. I do, however, listen to my podcast some days because I think a podcast is a podcast, and it's some days it's interesting hearing anybody talking about video games, even if it's me. But I do listen to the podcast sometimes, but as a rule, I don't watch my videos. Penetrator, no, it's not that OnlyFans video that you've probably seen. It's been all over the paper. Some girl shagged 11 guys in one night. It's not that. This is something completely different. This is Scramble. Fantas, Game Over. Yeah, I've got all mine on an 8 gig stick. Did you download it just now, Colin? Oh shit, I didn't mean to do that. Wait a minute. Sorry, didn't mean to do that. Fantas Game Over 2. Phoenix is supposed to be a really good game. There's far too many of these for my liking. Quasitron it's Paradroid, but done in 3D. Robin of the Wood, this was one of the few games that I actually completed. Saboteur. Again, I mean it did come out in the C64, but I never really played it much. My mate used to play it all the time. Shovel Adventure, no idea, I'm assuming that's a new game. School Days, again, quintessentially Spectrum. Snake Escape. Oh, I think I might have played this. I think I might have. It's like what do you call it? Nokia Snake. I think I've mentioned I've got 3 absolute peach nice and nasties coming up. I was actually meant to be doing one tomorrow night, and because I've had to rejig everything, I've had to put them off. But fortunately, I'm going to do it on Monday, so I've got Sunday and Monday, I've got my pool on Tuesday, I've got Sunday and Wednesday, Sunday and Thursday. I've been trying to download Exodus 6 after Dale told me about it each time I try to get it. Steve, I sent you a link to a private torrent site. I'm sure I did. If I didn't, tell me and I will, but it's on that and it's lightning fast. Alright, trying to get it, like AV deletes a damn file. Oh, the antivirus, yeah, you're going to have to turn that off. But if you've not downloaded it, download it from that private torrent site that I gave you an invite to. What else? Yeah, Snake, Spellbound. Not really a fan of these games. Starquake. Yeah, not bad. That was again a game that my mate used to play, and it was impressive. Stonkers. It's a really old. I'm surprised that this is here. I mean, sadly, the guy that wrote this, what do you call it, John Gibson. Actually, you know what? John Gibson used to, what do you call it? He programmed for Imagine, and I was going through. I actually reached out to him a couple of years ago to see if he wanted to be on my. If he wanted to be on my, what do you call it? Yeah. You can see that. You can't see that. I messaged him on Facebook to see if he wanted to be on. Hey, Mr. Dean Swain, how the hell are you, mate? I wasn't talking about you, but yeah. If you don't know Dean, he is, we quite literally have YouTube royalty. I mean, Dean's he hobnobs with people like Jason, I was going to say Jason Page, I can't even remember Jason's second name, Gadget Show Jason, and Dean was also on Radio 2, no less, so fantastic. Sorry for, Dean was actually out with his missus tonight, and I was messaging him asking for ROMs for this thing, and bless him, he's such a nice guy, he was messaging me back, and I'm like, I'm going to stop harassing you, but thanks Dean, I do appreciate it. But yeah, John Gibson, he sadly passed away a couple of years ago, and I never did get the opportunity to speak to him. So right, Target Renegades, yeah, Jason Bradbury. I'm bloody awful with names, honestly. I can be introduced to somebody and I'll say what's your name? I'll go Robert. Alright, cool, nice to see you. And then a minute later, I'm like, do you want a cup of tea? What's your name again? Awful. Did you have a nice meal, Dean? I presume you're taking the missus out for a slap-up banquet. Target Renegade. That, see, I don't think it's that bad on the C64, but people do tell me that the Spectrum is the one to play. This TCQ, I haven't got a Scooby what this is. Modern platformer puzzle, move a shape through a vibrant world inspired by the work of Piet Mondrian. Blah 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 blah. Doesn't sound like my cup of tea. Technician Ted. Yeah, that kind of jumped on the bandwagon with what do you call it? With Jet Set Willy. Tenebra. Now I did actually. I think I did not a review, I never actually do a review, but I did play this in a video. It's quite a good little game. Trashman, I was talking to one of the guys at the computer club, And he said he was playing this a couple of weeks ago, and he said he couldn't believe how difficult it is. He says he used to get really far in it, and now he finds it nigh on impossible. We have Exploding Fist. I think, by the way, that all these games are controllable with joystick. I would imagine they would be. I hope they are. Really, yeah. See, this is a favourite. I get anytime I do a live stream on the Spectrum, I'm always asked to play this, and I'm always shite at it. Where Time Stood Still, again, you know my thoughts on isometric, and we're back round. But what I'll do very quickly before we go, and how are we doing for time? It's 10 to. We're not going to get all 48 games played. You press fire, and then there we go. This is what I've got in here. I've got 1 to 8 versions, and oh yeah, you go to the right, all the different games, like so. And yeah, you have to put the ROMs in there. Dean put up a really excellent dummies guide. It wasn't dumb enough for me because I couldn't figure it out. Well, I did eventually figure it out. You've got to put them into a folder called This Spectrum, and then ROMs, and then that is what you've got to call the ROMs. You have to have these. Now, the ROMs that I had, these were actually called +3-40-0, +3-40-1. I just renamed them, and it worked. They've all worked. How do we go back? B, I think it is. So yeah, you can go into there. I wonder what happens. How do we go back? Or what? Hang on a second. Oh, back is L. L. I wonder what happens if does it automatically. If you try and I think I'm in 48K mode. If I go into this. So, I don't know, let's just load up anything. Well, I'll tell you what, let's load up one of my favourite Spectrum games. One that's never likely to ever appear in one of these things. Oh, right, sorry, I'm in 128K mode. What was it, L? Let's go back along. X to Z, so it's M, and then we move along to. Yeah, there's loads of games. I mean, there's no Joffa Smith games. I mean, are any? There's no. See, it's obviously to do with licensing. There's no like Konami games. There's no Green Beret. There's no Cobra. There's no Hyper Sports. There's lots and lots of good games. But you know what? To be fair, they've made it piss easy to put your own games in it. So you know that's fine. So right, Zombie. This is an absolute Stonewall classic. M to select and M to play, I think. Right, bollocks. I have possibly put. Oh wait a minute, press enter. Ah, right. What I did there is I press enter. I've put on all the images I've got are tap images. Right, what I want to do is I'm going to, wait a minute, I'm going to bring this back. Alright, okay. I was going to make the screen bigger, but no, fair enough. Let's go this, right, okay. So aim. Right, I like the fact that it automatically remembers where you are. I'm sure with the SNES, somebody figured out how to actually add games, but you can add the screenshots and all that kind of stuff. I remember doing all that for the SNES. I can't be arsed doing it now. Right. Oh, this is a. Oh yeah. Alright, I think I've just put it onto keys, so I'm not going to play it. yeah, I've just put on the keys. Wait a wee minute, let me just do once more so we can come back. And then enter. I presume, Swain, you may be able to confirm it runs tap images, it runs, does it run disk images? I think it probably does because it does have a +3 RTZ. Is that another image? I can't bloody remember. No, Z80 as well. I would imagine it would, they probably run them all. Right, Q for, see this is where it's nice to have the button. And I have to be honest, it does feel like I'm pressing, it does feel like I'm, oh you're very very welcome Jimmy. Are you talking to Dean? Because yeah, Dean has got a fantastic Retro Asylum, brilliant podcast. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the joystick round so I'm actually, oh, I seem to have switched off the sound. Weird. Right, let's have a quick go at this. This is one of these games where oh, it doesn't run disk images, TRD images. I'm sure we'll see that later on. Now, what I didn't realise until Dean told me about 20 minutes before I started this stream was you can't play it faster. You can't increase the speed. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the helicopter. Get in. Up. Get up. Get up. Get up. Oh, there he is. There's two of them. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to... Oh, come on! I'm in the bloody helicopter! Bastards. It's got that Jet Set Willy syndrome. This has killed me a few times in the trot. That's a bit unfair. Oh shit. Right, anyway, listen, it doesn't matter. I'm going to go back to the games because people want to see. That proves you how simple it is to add your own games. Really easy. So right, let's start with, I'm going to play this. I know I've played it a million times, but I don't care. It's my channel. I play what I want. What I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to make this. I'm going to make this bigger. It means that when I go back to the main thing, it's going to be huge. Right, there we are. That's better. Oh yeah. I've got yeah. Dave and I are doing a Christmas. It's one of these traditional things. We've always done one. Apart from last year, I wasn't feeling it. I can't remember what happened, but I wasn't really. Yeah. Right, let's start. Oh, go on then, Colin. What note do you get if you drop a piano down a mineshaft, a flat minor? If there was a what do you call it? Driftwood, tumbleweed video that I had, I would show that right now, mate. That was fucking awful. Right, move that down there. Right, I'm going to play this because it's fantastic. But it really does feel like, what it feels like is, now one thing I'm doing here by the way, I'm not watching this, well I could watch it on the big screen. I'm watching it on, what do you call it, OBS. But now I'm watching it in this, so it is going to be, because the lag is very very minute. I will give the arcade stick a go because I can't remember who it was. Somebody did ask me if I could. Now, for years I've always jumped about there, and sometimes I hit my head and oh shit, I've just fucked up. Oh, and I've completely fucked up. Right, I've totally fucked up there. Tell you what, let's want to do one thing. some people talk about how awful the I'm going to make that a bit smaller so I can move my chat over there. I'm just rearranging the screen a wee bit, folks. Oh, whoa, sweet child of mine, come back. Right. Move that to there, like so. Right, and then I can come back in. Yeah, I did fuck up there. I was too busy trying to explain something. Right. I'm going to go back to the big screen. Yeah, I actually saw somebody play it differently, and I thought, oh, that's how to do it. And I was saying that to Del Boy. He does. He's got a series where he gets some of his friends to pick games for him to play, and I've always picked games that I play because I want to see how somebody else plays them. I just need to get the chat so it's up to date, like so. There we go. Now, I would normally walk to the right and then jump, but what you want to do is do it that way, and then that way you avoid hitting your head. Going to sneeze. Oh, excuse me. Oh, bless you. Fucked that up there as well. But hopefully you can tell that the sound is spot on. I know Dean, you've actually Dean's actually added a beeper to the inside of his for the ultimate sort of experience. But yeah, what I was trying to say is this game, this Spectrum, it really feels like you've got an original Spectrum and someone has just modified it to run SD cards and they've put this front end. You know, it really feels like, I know Dean, you did a really good review of it as well, and you agreed you weren't going to buy one because you've got a Spectrum Next like myself. But yeah, they've really done well. I would probably say that this is the best recreated computer so far. I think, oh shit, I'm completely not paying attention here. I think because they didn't have to shrink it, so you're getting the original Spectrum size straight out of the box. That doesn't make a difference, whereas obviously the Commodore 64, the version you had was smaller, whatever. But yeah, this is fantastic. Now we need to concentrate here. If you don't get the timing right, then you fuck up. I am late to the party with doing one of these things, but I only picked it up a couple of days ago. So has there been a bit of fighting in Asylum Towers as to who's getting to keep the big box, Dean? Because yeah, I was talking about about I'm not big enough to kind of receive free stuff. But yeah, it did look nice, I have to say. Now some people jump from that first platform. Was that technically jump down? Fall down there. Jump over there. Yeah, there's a lot of. I'm not going to say that the 48 games are the best. This is the best Spectrum game, bar none, obviously. There's quite a few I'd be like, why have they included that? But it's obviously to do with licensing. But like I says, pick up, go to Argos, go to Amazon, go to eBay, pick up an 8 gig memory stick, bang your ROMs in it, and away you go. Make sure you go to the Retro Games website and download the image, which you have to flash. Don't go on eBay and buy an overpriced one. I was looking at eBay, and there were some monkeys selling them for 200 quid. You know, because they were sold out everywhere, and I just happened to go into Argos, and lo and behold, I was able to pay for one and then pick it up the week after. In fact, I got it on the Friday. I think I ordered it on the Monday. Shit, I'm too busy looking at bloody comments to be playing this. I always hate this bit. Come on. Yeah, you've really got to concentrate in this game. I have actually sent a message to the big egg with the glasses, Eugene Evans, to see if he would like to partake in a nice and nasty, but he's never even read my message. I mean, I sent it about 2 years ago. He's never read my message, so I've never actually seen him get interviewed on anything. Hot foot it to the gate, there we go. Yeah, over here. This is pure memory game. You fall down there, I think. I think Matt Smith is... Dean, have you ever met Matt Smith? Or had him on your channel? He's... Oh, you know what, I fucked up here. Yeah, I've never really seen him. I've never seen him. I've seen him, but I've not personally seen him. I know he does. He has been to the occasional live event. Where is this going? Right, okay, let's jump over here. Up here. Up here. Right, okay, what do I do? Where does he come in? Is it the edge here, I think? Oh, shit! Woo! Jump down there, I think. Oh, bloody hell. Can I fall down there? Can I fall down there? Because I can't remember. I think we want to. Can we fall down there? Oh, yeah we can. And then you get to go up here. I actually have Matthew Smith's autograph. I've got a photograph of him, and it's to Mamemeister from Matthew Smith. I got that years ago. You know what? I don't even know where it is. I will have it somewhere. Paul Drury got in touch with me years ago, and I can't remember what it was. I knew Paul, and I think he messaged me and says, "Do you happen to have a copy of the very first game that he wrote?" I can't remember what it was called. I better remove Mars before I die. And oh shit! Oh fucking hell! Crap! Oh. You bloody pillock. Yeah, I managed to find the game, and I did a recording for what's his name, Paul, and as a thank you, he did send me a picture, but I don't know where it is. No idea where it is. Excuse me. At the time I did see him on a live stream, he did a presentation. It was a good number of years ago. I must admit, he didn't look comfortable. Didn't look comfortable one little bit, and it was actually quite hard to watch. I think he's kind of better. I mean, I've seen him since. He'd aged a lot, really had. But I've seen him light appear since, and he does look a lot better, you know. But he's an absolute legend. This is going to be huge when we press the button. It's actually not too bad. It's not too bad. Right, Mamemeister we've played. Oh, okay, actually, let's give it a go. So I think we need to go to Kempston and then enter. And then we need to go to enter. First half, enter. Pum pum pum. I was sad to see. Oh, what the hell's his name? Duncan Norval died a couple of days ago. Now, if you didn't know who Duncan Norval was, if you're of a certain age, if you're 40 years or older, you'll know Duncan Norval from. He was a comedian who he used to appear on what do you call it? He used to appear on like Saturday night variety shows and all this kind of stuff. And he was a straight man, but he played like a gay man. And his catchphrase was chase me, and he would run up to men in the audience and touch them on the shoulder and go, oh, chase me, and he'd run about. And it was actually really funny. There was a YouTube video of him doing a live kind of stand-up, and it is funny. I was actually watching it just a couple of weeks ago, and but he tells jokes as well, and he's not just that character. And then I saw another video that was a couple of years ago, and he was in a wheelchair and he didn't look well, and I did feel really sorry for him. And then I heard that he died a couple of days ago. But yeah, check him out, Duncan Norval. Like he says, his catchphrase was chase me. He would go, oh, look at you, and he would touch him on the shoulder and run away and go, oh, chase me. It was funny. I'm not doing a very good job of trying to replicate him, but you know, as I said, it was weird. He didn't dress up. He didn't dress up in drag. He was quite. I mean, he was a handsome looking guy, but he played the part of an effeminate man. His act wouldn't be relevant now, but he was more than just that. Right. Anyway, how do we play this? I can't say it now. It looks like we're all playing the part of Daley Thompson. Oh, I was going to say, you can't. I'm at the white ones. Now this game had something like, it was like a deflex system or something. It was like highly touted. Can you do a sliding tackle? Oh, bollocks. Oh, was that a... No, it's not a goal. It's kind of hard to see if the ball's on the ground. Yeah, was it the Diamond Deflect System or something they called this? Duncan Norval got banned from our Lloyd's event. Oh, bollocks. I will be playing this, not this particular game, I will be here till 10 o'clock. You know, I'm sure this is a good game. Like I said, I didn't have a Spectrum back in the day, so I don't have any nostalgia for it. I remember the original match day, I just thought it looked a bit rubbish. See, I was more, because I had a C64, I was international soccer, and Emily Hughes, which I think is probably, I think Emily Hughes Soccer is the best football game on the Commodore 64. Shit, he's through. No, bollocks. he told a joke in the CEO's voice. Fantastic. But no, going back to this Spectrum, if you had a Spectrum back in the day, you don't have one now, and you want to be able to play games again, even forgetting the fact that you can play it in emulators, I think this is fantastic. You know, for 90 quid. Jelly's finally got my Spectrum this week from Amazon. I hear some people are still waiting. Really? So I got mine last week. I hope this isn't giving you any spoilers, Jelly. Is this for your Christmas perchance? Or did you buy it for yourself? Ooh, you can header as well. The problem with this game, and like a lot of football games came on in leaps and bounds with like Sensei Soccer. You know, maybe not from a graphical point of view, but I mean, I did a video last week all about Sociable Soccer 25, and I happen to think it's good. Right, that is Dean saying it's not aged well. I was saying that again. I mean, I don't know what you think, Dean, or anyone else actually. I've said loads of times that I personally think that 8-bit games, I would say probably about 92% of 8-bit games you wouldn't want to play for any more than a couple of minutes. You know, and some of them you put them on, you're like, ugh. So to reset it, you just press the carousel button. That's the USB thing. Jelly, I don't know if have you been watching from the start? When you plug a USB stick in, that's what happens. You get that there. You can go in. How do we go back? L, I think it is L. You can add your own games. Yeah, really good. Dead easy. Let's just press the reset button. Oh, well, that's interesting. That just loaded that game. Alright, it actually tells you that's quite good, that launch, select and launch your own files from a USB stick. Current selected file, zombie. She had a tight skirt on, had trouble going up to the stage using the steps. Duncan said there was a funny place to keep a pencil case. He was as sharp as a tack, honestly. You know, try and see beyond his obviously dated humour. Movie, I'm not going to play that. I don't like isometric games. I'm sure some people do. Nodes of Yesod. I've played this briefly. They did what Ultimate were doing, but in my opinion they did it better. Right, Kempston. Right, that's interesting. I did do Kempston. Let's reset.
Nodes of Yesod from the Odin Computer Graphics team.
Speech is bloody good. Right, 2. Right, that's weird. That is weird. How do we menu space? Come down to advanced options. M. Is it system options? M. No, it's not. Yes. B to close. Boot mode, blah 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 blah. Switch to classic mode, blah 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 blah. Right. I updated it tonight, just before I started this. Right, how do we get back? B to close. How do we get back to joystick? Because it is set to Kempston. Yeah, because if you go, it is set to Kempston, but when you press that.
Nodes of Yesod from the Odin Computer Graphics team.
When you press 2, that should be interesting. It's not working with the thing. Let's see. How do we get the? How do we change the joystick? I can't remember. Options, display options, advanced options. Is it that? I could load it into that. System options. Boot mode. That. No, it's not that. How do we get back? B. Boot mode, switch to classic mode, system information. No, it's not that. That just tells you that. Yeah, that's the one I'm on doing 26th of November, I think it is. Legal notices. Select the game, press the menu button. Right, wait a minute. So I've selected the game, then you press the menu button. Right. Let's just take me back to that. Right, that's weird. I know your save games. Let me just try that. So if you I've not actually looked at this yet. Yeah, so you start a game. So if you go to B to start, sorry, M to start.
Nodes of Yazard from the Odin Computer Graphics team.
I'm just going to do 1 for keys. Right, okay. Now I can't use keys for toffee, right. Okay, and how do we jump? I don't think I ever got as far as actually picking up the mole. Now I think if you want to save your game, you press the home button, I think, and then you do A, saved game, and then we do M, and then we close it, and then if we go to, I don't know, penetrator, let's start that, M, then we press the home button thing. Right. Yeah, I saw that as well. I can't remember where you see that. Oh, I think that's where you actually put into the thing itself. Not to worry. So now if we go to Nosy SOD and pull down, it then gives you 4 save states, and then you can do load it. So it's nice. It's a nice. That's bloody weird. It's working. That's really weird. It wasn't working earlier on. I was never really a fan of these games, but I do. This is kind of like the sort of the best version of these things, I think, in my opinion. Right, I'm not going to really. I think the idea is to. In fact, have you got to? Do you want to pick up the mole right away? How can I get past this thing? There's Rupert Bear with a spring up his arse. Come on. Bollocks. Yeah, I just found them really frustrating. I never really played these games much. That was weird how the bloody joystick started working again. Right, wait a minute, I want to come back, so let's go to that again. Right, where's the mole? Do you just jump up and catch it or something? Right, the fish is a... Of course it's calling, of course it's a moving platform, why didn't I know that? Right, the mole appears to have fucked off. There it is. Oh, you bastard. Have I got him? No, I haven't. I don't think so. Let's wait for him. That's weird, Dane. Yeah, I mean, I had to. It didn't work, but when I saved the game and then went back into it, it worked, which is very odd. A potential bug, possibly, folks. Come on. I'm sure you've got to pick up the rat or the mole, whatever it is. Oops. I don't know if the mole actually, does it provide protection? I know there's some bits where it's where it kind of burrows or something. Right, I'm just going round in circles here, aren't I? Does it appear if you wait in it, possibly? So Dean, have you found any games that don't actually work? I know you mentioned even with the yeah, I think I did mention that. What you want to do is when you buy this machine is put on the update. I don't know quite what it does. Put the update on and then grab yourself some ROMs. You will find them on the internet somewhere. And then you need to make sure that they're named per earlier on in this video, and then you know you've got the sort of better compatibility. But I think Dean did mention that there's a few games that still don't work. Right, that mole is fucked off. Right, oh bollocks, what am I doing? Right, let's go back and see if he's appeared again. But if I was going to play a game like this, I would always go for the Spectrum. There's just something quintessentially brilliant about the Spectrum. Like I said, I was a C64 guy, and I used to think that my mate's Spectrum was absolutely shite. I thought, you know, this is horrible. It's a child's toy. Why would you want to play this? But I've since discovered that the Spectrum it's a beautiful machine. It's so quirky. It does games like no other computer can do. Right, let's die and we're not going to get up there, are we? I think Spectrum owners had a lot more patience than other people. Oh, what the hell is that? Right, now this is where we've picked up a life, which I didn't want to do. Shite. Right, die, come on. Come on, Ripper. Let's be having you. And there's Pie Man. Right, I'm going to reset it once more. I want to try. So, or can you just you can just press enter. No. B. Right, anyway, let's move on. So that was Nodes of Yesod. I can't play it for toffee. Most games work, but certain files seem to play up a bit. For example, the standard 128 version of Matchday doesn't work, but the Hit Squad release does. Interesting. One thing, Dane, seeing if you're loading up a 128 game using the Carousel, or does it automatically default? In fact, you know what? Let's just try. I was going to say, does it automatically default to one? Because I've got this in 48K mode, but I've got some games there. So let's go. I'll go to Chase It to you because it's the law that you play that game. How do we get into it? Right. For some strange reason, you can't get into any of these folders. Right. I've obviously put them on wrong. Don't know what I've done. Right, we can't load up that. Right, let's crack on. Penetrator. Now, one thing that I was playing this at the computer club. One thing that I found quite frustrating, and I don't know if there's some way to actually circumnavigate it or circumvent it. Is that the right phrase? I can't remember. You've got to press the spacebar to do bombs. Now, how can you play it using this and then be pressing the button? I love how it's got the same title screen music as Forest School Skiing. 1 or 2 for number of players. Training control center. What the hell is that? Oh right, you can actually. Oh, that's interesting. When loading from USB, you have to press the home button to select. Right, when loading from USB, you do have to press the home button to select what version you want to load. Right, got you. Got you. Yeah, you've got to press the space bar, which isn't ideal. Right, let's come out this and go back in again. Right. See, so that takes you right. So that little bit at the top where it says enter, the window at the top right, that actually takes you back in to resume your game. But if you want to start from afresh, then I think that you come down and then press the fire button, I think. Remind me to try the arcade stick before I finish this video. Right, how do we start? Right, disable sirens. Right, 1. I want that as my ringtone on my phone. Yeah, how can you press, how can you have bombs when you're having to take your finger off the fire button? That seems slightly weird. This is a really good version of Scramble though. I don't like the fact that you've got to press this, because you've got to go and then you've got to kind of alternate. This is a great joystick, but it's not very good when it comes to trying to hammer fire buttons. Have you got fuel? Ah, right, okay, you don't have fuel, which means technically you don't have to destroy the ground base things. Balls. Hi Error, how you doing, mate? Yep, you've got half an hour left, and then you can rewind and start from the scratch. From this scratch? Start from scratch, I should say. Woo! Scramble RZ. What is that called? Is that for the Spectrum, is it? Yeah, I'm officially stumbled as to why they couldn't. What they should have done, since there's only one fire button, why didn't they just have the fire button does both? Why didn't they just have both weapons from what do you call it? The same fire button. So that is what was that? Penetrator. Phantos. Is that the same ship? Very similar. Right, let's give us a go. Game Over games were, I think they were appropriately named because they were balls hard. And yeah, the title screen that you saw at the time was Game Over. There's a new version of Scramble for the Specky. Right, I might have seen that actually. I might have seen screenshots of that. I know there's a really good version. Like J for joystick. J for joystick. S. Holy shit. Nice colour. Nice. expect this, to be honest. Yeah, the original Game Over was a kind of, I was going to say like Green Beret. It wasn't, they were like a sideways scrolling, but it was ridiculously difficult. You could probably do it on slightly smaller sprites. It was huge. This is actually really nice use of colour. Wait a minute, can I pick it up? Oh, hey, it's just background, you don't actually die. Bloody hell, level 2, who knew? Oh shit, oh, good skills. Okay, hell. Can we destroy that? Can we bugger it? Yeah, I would honestly be hard pushed to find any, oh damn it, any criticism of this Spectrum. You know, the price, I think it's a steal for 90 quid. I wouldn't pay any more for it because it's not, well, I'm saying it's not worth that. You can buy it brand new for 90 quid. If it is sold out, then just wait for them to come back in, because they will be, and there'll be people getting them for Christmas, and then by March the guy's wife will say, "You've never played that," and he went, "Yeah, I think I'll just sell it." So you may get them cheaper. So that was that was Phantos. Now I have played this. I was playing this on Thursday actually, and again it is balls hard. S to start, K for Kempston. Go for 1, because trust me, you can thank me later. Don't play above level 1. I don't think you can skip that, unfortunately. This is a superb version of Phoenix. Probably slightly more difficult, holy shit, than the arcade. There's a lot of bullets coming down. Yeah, it is actually a really, oh, fucking hell, it is actually a really good version of Phoenix. Come on, Jesus. I'm not sure. Like you pull back to activate the sort of cloaking device thing. Come on. It's shitting all over me. Oh god. Right, let's see if we can do this. This will be tough. Ah, bollocks. I'm going to have another wee go with this because it is such a good game. S to start. Okay. Yeah, don't play beyond level 1. this was an early game. I don't recall ever actually playing this on my mate's computer. Oof. I don't know how he managed to avoid it. Holy shit. Bloody hell, this isn't going to go well. Christ! And bear in mind, this is level 1. Jesus. Oh, fucking hell, is that game over? Oh, bloody hell, that is really difficult. Really difficult. Fantastic game. Right, we've got 20 minutes, folks. Pyricus, you know what I think, isometric 3D games. Spectrum fans love them. I wasn't really into them because my Commodore 64 quite literally could not do them. Quasitron, I'll load it. It's Paradroid. It is what's his name? Steve Turner. He worked with Andrew Braybrook, and you know Andrew had did Paradroid. The guy in the computer club was telling me, apparently they said that Paradroid couldn't actually be done in the Spectrum, which I don't really get. Right, 1 to 40 star. No, we need to do number 4, and then enter. The transfer thing you'll see is exactly the same. Is that game over? Oh wait a minute, how do we? Ah, right. I need to, what I usually have to do, I can fire, yeah. What I usually have to do is hold the joystick so it's in the kind of right line of where you actually move. Okay, let's see if we can transfer game. That's falling down. I was playing a game for a face-off kerfuffle. I'll not tell you what it is because I've not actually done the video yet. And believe it or not, the scrolling is actually better than the Spectrum one. Yeah, this is straight from Paradroid. Right, let him use up his. Draw, right, I think I've just won and no more. Right, I don't know what I'm doing here. You can power damage, you can actually upgrade it or something. Right, I don't know what I'm doing here. But yeah, this particular game, the scrolling, it's push scrolling on the C64 and it's like scrolling in Spectrum. No, it's not silky smooth, but you'd never ever think that. And it wasn't even an old game, it was like, it's not an old game, it came out like 1986 or something. I don't know what I am, right, I'm gonna go that side. Oof. Nicked it. Oh, it's a draw thing. I'm going to stick with this side, I think. It's going to be this side, I think. I can easily change that because that doesn't have. Do that. Do that. I'm going to annihilate him this time. There we go. In your face. Right, don't know. In your face. I don't know. I think for me, because I never had a Spectrum, it's getting used to just the actual colours, the sort of lackey colours. I always compare it with the C64, whilst I know I had lots of browns. I just found that the Spectrum part to kind of get used to. And the face part's burnt out, right, anyway. But, I've grown to love it. I think it's a fantastic computer. Quasitron, Robin of the Wood. I did actually complete this. Good evening, Modelling Man 1999. You're going to, yeah, that's an interesting comment. Spectrum was a toy, C6 was a computer. Atari for Americans. Nah, the Spectrum has got some fantastic games. I'm always going to say that the C64 is the best computer for the SID chip and all that kind of stuff. The Spectrum's a great computer. I love it. If it wasn't for the Spectrum, I mean, it was an affordable computer, and Sir Clive Sinclair, he brought the computer to the masses, and if it wasn't for him doing that, we would probably never have the computer industry that we've got now. I'm actually surprised I completed this because this isn't the kind of game that I would normally play, but I did. The thing about the Spectrum, yeah, the sound wasn't very good, etc. But it was. Someday, there's a film, I can't remember what it's called, Bedrooms to Broomstick? Bedrooms to Billions, I should say. And they said that all these other computers, the Commodore 64, Atari, all these other ones, they all had specialised chips in them. The Spectrum was just a keyboard and a faster processor and memory, and it was like a blank canvas. Hey Lewis, how you doing, mate? I'm good, mate. I hope you're doing well. And it was a blank canvas. Try and think of the Commodore 64 was a colour by numbers. You were working within certain boundaries. The Spectrum was a blank piece of paper and a pen, so it was like open-ended. But yeah, anyone that says the Spectrum's is a shite computer, they've never really played it. You've got to actually play it, see beyond the graphics, see beyond or listen beyond the sound, and it's fantastic. There's some great games out for it. But I'm not going to play that. We've got 10 minutes. Saboteur. Yeah, wait. Well, let's play for a couple of minutes. Why don't we? Apparently, this guy Clive, this is Sir Clive Townsend. He's actually. You see what he's done there? He's actually updated it with his website. He's actually. He's bringing out a new version of this for the Spectrum next. Start mission. Again, my mate used to play this all the time. Is it enter? Can you cry chop the dog? I can't remember. Yeah, I just used to sit and watch my mate playing the Spectrum. He would say to me, do you want a... I don't know what the difference is, it's slightly better colours. If I'm being honest, it doesn't really look much different. Yeah, I would always say to him, nah, it's alright, I would be quite happy just to watch him. What's that? Knife, how do we pick that up? Right, now we've got a knife, and we've just lost a knife. Bollocks, can we punch and kick? Yeah, there are. Can we kick the dog? I don't think we can. Oh, hang on, what was that? What was that? Knife. Oh, bollocks. Right, let's just batter on. We've got 10 minutes. Shovel adventure. Right, I'm assuming that this is Pat Marita. I'm presuming this is a fairly recent game. Yeah, 2021. Right, don't know what I'm doing. Oh, this feels a bit like Mikey. Oh shit. Right, so you dig a hole and then you fill it in. Oops. No, fuck. Ah, you only press it once to fill it in after you press it twice. Right, what am I doing now? Oh, am I digging up gems or something? Is that what that is? Oh, shit. Right. Right, that's what it is. What a nice little game, actually. It feels a little bit like Mr. Do's Castle. Don't know why, it looks nothing like it. Time's up. Ah, you've only got so long to pick these up. I like this. This is actually really good. Like the C64 and the Amiga and what have you. It's great to see people still making games for them. Brilliant. Ooh. Hey, this is actually, I really like this. Oh, shit. Can I... You know he's going to come alive in a second, isn't he? Of course he is. Right, we've got 5 minutes. School days, you've seen the game. I'll just load it. I'm not going to attempt to play it. This was always a game that John Menzies or W.H. Smith, if you're English, they always had this in the shop window. It was always running this. Getting the nostalgia for this game. I didn't really have any nostalgia for it, but just the nostalgia for actually seeing the game running. something else. It's crazy to think, when I first saw this I was still at school, and I left school 40 years ago, well, 39 years ago. Mental. So yeah, school days. If you've just joined my video, I did look at all the games at the start. It's 2 hours long, so this is a good game. I've played this before. I think this is one of these ones where I think it utilises, yeah, what's it called again? Nirvana engine. It's a concept or a programming thing where they get the spectrum to generate more colours than it can normally do. So, level 1, right. Now, this is a great game actually. Stick to it. Right, so what I need to do. No, this is a new game. I'm saying new, it came out a few years ago, Ross, but this was never out. Right, if I fall down here, I'm ahead, I think. Yeah. I'm assuming you have to kind of go here. Right, we have got 2 minutes. Spellbound, yeah, not a fan of it. Star Creek, I did like this game. Very, very similar to like Node.js Odd, all these games. Just get Apple. Yeah, that's what I was trying to do, Steve. I didn't realise. This is kind of an underrated game, I think. Very similar to, what do you call it? Underworld. Is it Steve Crow, I think it was? I think he programmed it. Yeah, and this is quintessentially Spectrum. Right, let's say very quickly. Star Strike, yeah, again, this is one of these games on the Spectrum that it was very impressive. Enter start. My mate used to play it. I never. No, I did do Kempston there, but for some reason it's not picked it up. Right, okay. Yeah, I've been right round. Yeah, Target Renegade's a great game. Not sure about that one, but let's finish off with a game exploding fast. Bollocks. Right, it's just going on a keyboard, which I'm not going to be able to play. Now, whilst I'll always say that the C64 original is the best one, this is actually really, really good. My mate used to always play, although he was a Commodore 64 guy, he always played this with the keys. He always said it was better to play with the keys. I can't play the keys for toffee. Right, anyway, listen. That is it. Yeah, what do I think of the Spectrum, of retro games, the Spectrum? I think it's a fantastic little machine. It's $89.99. Don't pay any more for it. You can get it on. I got mine in Argos a couple of weeks ago. It feels like a Spectrum. It feels like the original Spectrum. The spongy keyboard. It plays exactly like it. I look upon it as having a Spectrum that somebody has like turbocharged. They've added nice features. I know the whole save state thing isn't something that some people like, but you know, I think it allows people to play the games. The fact that the 48 games that it comes with, there's probably about 10 I would say are, you know, worth playing. A lot of them, nah. But the fact that you can easily add your own games on a memory stick makes it, you know, it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. Honestly, if you had a Spectrum back in the day, you don't have any means to play one now, apart from emulators, go and get one. Honestly, you know, it's great. So anyway, listen, I'm going to get going, folks. Thanks very much for watching it tonight, and I will be along next week with some other videos. I've got 3 absolutely cracking nice and nasties coming up. Yeah, I will have one out on Tuesday. So till next time, folks, I hope you have a fantastic weekend, and as always, thank you very much for watching.